Does it ever seem like your life is just one big list of stuff that you have to do and you never seem to be able to catch up? So today's video is about people who are dealing with overwhelm and never seem to have the list that's done in front of them. It's always dealing with more and more and more things. And as a result of that, it's putting you in a really stressed out situation. And since you're so stressed, you can't really do the things that you want to do. You can't exercise, you can't do your hobbies. You're so consumed by either your career or your business, and you can never really enjoy life in the way that you want to enjoy it. So what I'm going to do is share with you some of the things that I coach my clients to help them deal with overwhelm and how it really is a simple process once you embrace it. So when dealing with overwhelm, it's simply a lack of clarity typically is what happens. And with a lack of clarity, you have a lack of action. And so when you have this big list in front of you, oftentimes lists are created with the outcome in mind, like the end result. But what I suggest that you do is actually break it down into a process. Chunk down the outcome in which you have what is the first step that I need to do in order to get the result. And if you take everything on your list and simply break it down into a process, right? This is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3. That whatever you have to do becomes much less overwhelming, right? Because it usually ends or starts with a very, very simple thing. But if you just focus on the end goal in mind and you don't actually focus on what you have to do to start, you're never going to get it done. And what this has to do with fitness is that people often have so much overwhelm in their life that the idea of starting to eat healthy or the idea of going to the gym just adds more to that list. So what I want you to do is, if you're in the position in which you have things that never seem to end for you, you're constantly on the run, there's just so much to do, chunk it off, right? Instead of looking at your whole list of 30 things you have to do, break it down to 5 or 3 major things, because you're better off focusing on 3 things, getting those done, than staring at your list, trying to do 50 things at once and never going anywhere. If you start separating the drama from the data and just really look at it for what it is, and you stop saying, I don't have the time, it's just way too much, I'm so overwhelmed, and you result in distracting yourself, you result in procrastinating, whether it's eating, watching TV, drinking, whatever that is. If you detach your story and just look at the data of, this is the first step I have to take in order to get the result that I want, and you remove the emotion, you're going to find that overwhelm goes down tremendously. It really is a clear and simple process, but you have to embrace the fact that the way that you're currently doing things aren't serving you, and you have to be open to the idea of changing your thought process behind the tasks and the actions that you're performing. So hopefully this helps. If you're struggling with a lot of things, you don't seem to have any time, and your list never ends, break it down to chunks. What's the first thing I can do? Look at the reality of what it is, not your attachment, not the story you're telling yourself about it, and get it done. Hopefully this helps, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.